Let's take another look at Autodesk ForceEffect Motion. This video will show you how to set up and create kinematic diagrams to simulate the motion performance of your mechanisms. In this example, we will create a diagram to simulate the motion of a shipping dock crane. First, tap the new diagram, set the units. To indicate the shape and location of the ship and loading bank, we'll use construction lines. To set some realistic proportions to our design, we scale the dimensions of the ship. All geometry and calculations in our schematic now match the actual scale of the system we're working on. Notice that tooltips display for context menu commands after a brief delay. Tap the tooltips to get more information for that particular command. Tap Create Element to draw a line diagram. Tap, hold, and drag to create. Dimensions are automatically created as you sketch. Next, add supports to fix the crane in position. In this example, we'll add two fixed supports. We need to weld several joints in our mechanism so they don't pivot. Hold the joint to display the context menu, then select the weld option. During design, the degree of freedom indicator in the upper right-hand corner changes progressively. For predictable motion behavior, we recommend creating a mechanism with 1 degree of freedom, which is indicated by the green degree of freedom symbol. Also notice the base of the crane changed to a double line, which indicates that the element is constrained in place and will not move when the system is animated. Now switch to the kinematic drag mode to see how the arm moves through the space in relationship to the crane and boat assembly. To optimize the efficiency of the crane design, we want to create a crane mechanism that moves horizontally using the shortest path. We need to adjust one of the dimensions of the bar. Switch to the select mode and tap the joint. Now tap the dimension to edit the value. In this example, let's change the dimension to 2.5 meters. Once you enter the precise value, the dimension is frozen, as indicated by the asterisk. Next, let's add a piston. You can switch to the select mode and tap to edit it. You can drag the start and end points of the actuator. Select the point to mark it as a trace point. Click the play button adjacent to each actuator to view the motion animation. The play toolbar now displays at the bottom of the window. You can pause your animations, and stop will move the animation to its home position. You can also tap record to record your animation. Recorded animations are available in the report and inside your photo library. You must first record the animation before it will be available in the HTML report. Once you have a mechanism designed that moves the way you want it to, it's important to make sure that the new design can handle the typical operating loads without failing. We can do this by sharing the motion schematics with ForceEffect. Just pause the animation and tap the Open Inside of ForceEffect option. We have ForceEffect installed already, so it automatically opens. If you don't have ForceEffect installed, we make it easy to get to by taking you automatically to the iTunes page for downloading. When the diagram is open in ForceEffect, we convert the motion schematics to objects, like motors and pistons, to static elements automatically, so you can easily capture reaction forces inside your mechanisms. Let's apply the maximum working load to the end of this arm. The reaction force at the supports are automatically calculated and displayed. And it looks like our supports are going to be strong enough to handle the working loads. So let's switch back to ForceEffect Motion and continue with our motion simulation. Tap the graph icon in the lower right-hand corner of the screen to view the motion data for the trace points. If no trace point paths exist, the graph will not be available. To graph a specific trace point, simply select the trace path on the screen and the graph will automatically update with the proper values. When the graph pane is open, you can animate the mechanism. A red line will move along the graph as the animation plays to show where each time step is in the graph. You can also manually interrogate the graph for specific values. Tap and hold the graph to show an inspection line. In the upper part of the graph, you'll see values labeled rotation, displacement, velocity, and acceleration that will update dynamically as you slide the inspection line back and forth on the graph. You can resize or hide the graph by clicking and dragging the graph icon. The Create Report command generates an HTML report that contains an image of the mechanism, a video if one has been created, and data for selected trace points including rotation, displacement, velocity, and acceleration data. You can easily print or share the results with the rest of your team. You can save the diagram in the gallery. ForceEffect Motion saves automatically when you create diagrams and when you enter or exit the gallery. You can duplicate your designs to experiment with variations, share the ForceEffect Motion source files. You can upload the diagrams to your Autodesk 360 account or download them. So in this video, we showed you how ForceEffect Motion provides conceptual simulation data and design insight up front in the design process. This insight can reduce cost and design time significantly. Thanks for watching and have fun with Autodesk ForceEffect Motion.